on, babies.
Bobby, there's a new sheriff in town after removing Jerod Mayo just after 1 year of one disastrous season. New England Patriots introduced their 16th head coach, Mr. Mike Vrabel, and a lot of things are about to change. And we will dive into that in our first segment titled, There's a New Sheriff in Town. But first, let's get into opening takes. Bobby, start us off.
Bill, do it, Bill. You know you want to do it. There's no contract. You know you want to coach in the NFL. Who cares about North Carolina and their feelings and what you said you were going to do? Listen, you made a mistake, Bill. You got up in your feelings because nobody was tickling your balls to come at the time when you wanted them to, but they're coming now. There's a lot of tasty job openings there. So do it. Renege on the deal, screw over UNC, and come back to the NFL. It's what everybody wants you to do. Do it, Bill.
I mean, for a guy that's his age and has little to do with like the win record, like you only have maybe 2 seasons left. Why wouldn't you go to Dallas?
It's a no-brainer. Who cares? Literally, Bill O'Brien did it to Ohio State last year. Granted, it was for an offensive coordinator position, but whatever. Who cares?
I mean, do you think that his whole aura and the Bill Belichick brand would be ruined if he's just said, UNC, see you later, I'm going to Dallas?
I don't think it at all. I think it would enhance it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it would enhance his win at any cost mentality and that he used them semi to get his own. I don't think anybody that in the NFL would care. Or the average fan. I don't think they would care. If somebody offered you a better job, you would take it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to go with my opening take, and that is Boston. We have a problem. I wrote a beautiful blog on simplemindsports.com. The Celtics have a problem, and since starting the new year, they're 4-3. The 3-point percentage is down. Their turnovers are up. What is the big glaring hole that we see with the Celtics, and what is wrong with them? I think Bobby will know the answer to this, but when we get into that segment, we will dive in deeper. But Boston is reeling right now, and it is not a good look for the Celtics at the defending NBA champs. But like I said, Bobby, the show rundown will be Mike Vrabel, the new sheriff in town. Boston, we have a problem. What's wrong with the Celtics? Up and down the totem pole with Chief Bobby. He gives us his ups and downs of the week. A comedy segment called Career Day, where the boys discuss some careers they wish they would have seen the other co-hosts go. Rich isn't here, but we have some doozies for you, and we're going to finish off the show. We're going to finish off the show with Simplest Minds of the Week. Welcome, YouTube. I mean, we look good. I think we look good. Bobby, I'm not even going to address the new room that you're in because that's just old. Wherever you're listening, please like, subscribe, review, tell your friends, tell your mothers, your favorite platform, podcast platform. What else? The newsletter. Yes, the newsletter. The latest content, top 5, behind the paywall. There's new merch. Sammy Stacks, maybe we'll have her again this week. We'll see. But yeah, go to our paywall. Just sign up. All you got to do is put your email in every week. You get the latest blogs, videos, merchandise, you name it. So yeah, do that. But Bobby?
Yes.
Welcome.
The Celtics are dumb front-running pussies. This is the same team they have been for 4 years running.
Well, my worst nightmare came true. Missoula and Mayo are friends. What the fuck? Apparently they've known each other since Virginia. They have these docking sessions where they talk about ball and managing people.
Vacation. I'm gonna quay all these. I'm gonna fucking watch them this week.
Do you say quay?
Is it not quay?
It's Q. It's Q. It's Q-U-E. You idiot.
My great honor to introduce you all to the next head coach of the New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel.
You guys could put your cameras down and clap a little bit. Some of you familiar faces that I remember from back in the day, but that's okay.
Yeah, motherfucker, stand up and applaud me, you sons of bitches. I'm here to save the goddamn day.
Just right off the bat, you could tell the guy is an asshole.
Oh, and I love it. I'm here for it. But Bobby, if you go on social media, which you don't have, and if you go and listen to Boston Sports Radio, there is a divide amongst fans. Some people are ecstatic for this. Some people are very pissed off. They don't think this is a right hire. I ask you, Bobby, is Mike Vrabel the right choice as head coach for the New England Patriots for the 2025 season?
He's the right coach for the right here and right now for a few reasons. One, the New England Patriots are an absolute dumpster fire, and they need an adult in the room. We just went through this strange time in the Matrix where there's something called Jerod Mayo was the head coach. It feels like when that introductory press conference for Vrabel was done, that it should have been last year. But for whatever reason, he's the right candidate for these reasons. We need to have someone that can just come in and reset the franchise and get everything in order. We don't really have the ability to go for a home run swing for someone like a Ben Johnson right now that could provide us. He has more upside. That's 100% true. But we need an adult in the room that can kind of take over the franchise and lead us into. We just need to get back to the middle of the road first. And really, that's the main thing. That's what we need. We couldn't afford a home run swing. We just took one and struck out.
Because you couldn't. Because when Belichick left, that's when you take the home run swing. Because 20 plus years of having Bill Belichick here, you wanted something new. You wanted a new voice. You wanted a whole new scheme, planning. You wanted a player first, players coach kind of thing. And they went with Jerod Mayo, which was a swing and a whiff. You could have taken Ben Johnson last year, but you didn't want to pay that kind of money because you went to a trip with Jerod Mayo in Israel, Mr. Kraft. So, yeah, you had to go back to square one. You had to get a czar that is going to be the judge, jury, and executioner, and that is Mike Vrabel. And that's what this team absolutely 110% need right now for 2025.
Yeah, absolutely. You listen to his introductory press conference. He had a lot of good points. He was talking about a lot of other things that maybe you wouldn't have heard him talk about. He was talking about offense, talking about philosophies, talking about analytics, talking about bringing the Patriots into the new millennium. He talked about addressing the offensive line, affecting the quarterback on defense, things that we haven't done. So it's clear that he has a plan. I think one thing's clear. He's going to blow out all the malcontents. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 50% roster over turnover next year. We'll see what happens. But there will be a baseline of accountability, and I think the team will look different next year. And it's what they need, and we just need someone with experience because we've been off the rails.
Yeah, absolutely. I threw up this stat in the email. I'm not going to show it on the video, but people are very worried about the offense moving forward. But just look at the 2020 and 2021 seasons when Mike Vrabel was in Tennessee. He was like second overall in 2020 for offensive yards. Like passing was up. Everything was up. Like he can lead an offense if you have the right people there. Like you had Ryan Tannehill behind center and you were the second best offense in the NFL. I mean, so I don't understand why people are worried about Mike Vrabel coming here and how his offense is going to be stale and like you need someone better with an offensive mind. Like, no, you'll be fine. I think you're going to be just fine with Mike Vrabel here.
These people, they're idiots. First of all, they think that everything is all about a high-flying offense. That isn't what football is. It leans more offense in the way that's the way the rules are structured, but football is still the same thing. If you look at it, scoring is actually down. Time of possession is up. Running the football is up. It's still just about being efficient when you have the ball and then playing defense and not turning the ball over. That's what it's about. The teams that don't lose the game and don't make the mistakes are the ones that win the game. Look at the Chiefs. All they do is not lose the game, and Patrick Mahomes wins it at the end because he's a great player. That's what he's going to try and develop this team into. They have a couple pieces. Let's see what they do here in the offseason. The only thing that worries me is the front office structure. That seems a little squirrely at the moment, and we still have to figure out the coordinator situation. I'm not entirely sold on McDaniels. I've warmed up to the idea a little bit, but
well, great segue. Great segue because Rich wrote a beautiful blog on SimpleMindSports.com titled "Bring Me McDaniels." Do you share the same sentiment that Rich has? That it's pretty much Josh McDaniels or bust for offense coordinator now.
Well, here's the thing. So I think it's McDaniels versus the field, but they can't just go out and hire this guy. Raymond, is anybody else going to hire Josh McDaniels?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. That's my point. So they need to go out and still have an exhaustive review of everybody else, and he still might be the best candidate for this in a similar way that Vrabel was the best candidate. He's going to be an adult in the room, and for the next several years, they'll be able to be a middle of the road team and have a functioning offense. I think if your plan is to bring him in for a few years and then dump him for somebody better, I can live with that once he gets them on the middle of the road, but you can't tell me that the best candidate is somebody that nobody else will hire because he's not getting another job this year other than the Patriots job, right?
Pretty much because he lives in Massachusetts. His kids
Yeah.
go to school in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Like pretty much, he doesn't want
It's
to
his
uproot him.
dream-
I
it's
think they're in
his
high
dream
school,
job.
right? They're in high school, so basically, like if he came here, like he doesn't want to go anywhere else. It's basically New England, or I'm staying home, not doing anything, feet up. Give me some some sort of TV jobs or radio jobs or something like that because he's not going anywhere. So yeah, I like what you said. You have to go out there. You have to do your due diligence. You have to go out there, find some like candidates, bring them in, see what kind of philosophy they have, see if they're going to gel with Mike Vrabel and what he has to offer. But yeah, you have to go through the coaching carousel and see what you can get. You know, who's the top guy after interviewing 5+ guys.
Yeah. It made sense why they moved quick on Vrabel because if not, he would have gotten one of these other jobs. This is now that the Cowboys.
No, because it sounds like Tom Brady didn't ask to interview him because pretty much Vrabel told him, like, I'm going back to New England. Like, there's you can't get me to go here because I'm going to
I know
New
that
England.
he said that in confidence, but it doesn't mean that another team couldn't have come in and offered him $20 million a year. So you don't know that with new jobs coming up. If the Bills lose next week, who knows? The Bills' jobs open up or the Eagles' job opens up, and then they go get Vrabel. So they kind of had to make a move to lock him in. I understand that because he actually had leverage. McDaniels,
he did go to the
no
Jets.
leverage.
I'm sorry, but he did go to the Jets. He did go to Chicago for interviews. So it's not like he was just one and done in New England. He did his self a favor and went out and talked to other teams. So
I agree. And he set that standard up. Vrabel did make it clear that this is the job that he wanted, just like McDaniels is making it clear that this is the job he wanted. Just the difference is Vrabel had options. I don't believe that McDaniels does. So they have to go and interview everybody.
And I'm not deep in the carousel of like who's available for offensive coordinators or who would be best fit here. Like obviously Josh McDaniels is a sexy name because he's from here. He's been here. He won Super Bowls here. So that's why I think everyone wants him. But there's some people that just say, he's a run first kind of offensive coordinator. He's going to fail
fine.
here.
That doesn't bother me. That
doesn't bother me at all. You'd want that. You want to build a line. You want to build from the inside out. You want to build up that line. You want to get some receivers. You want to get better tight ends. If that running game is all you can rely on, then fuck it. Go for it. If that's going to win you games, then do it. If that's going to be your philosophy, do it. But who cares?
Yeah, with McDaniels, I mean, listen, I throw out the head coaching stuff. I don't think that even applies. He's obviously a terrible head coach. Yeah. I kind of almost more look towards like the Cam Newton year. Like they still had a viable offense that year with their best tight end was who? Ryan Izzo, Demir Bird was their best receiver. They still had a viable offense that year.
Look what he did.
I do believe that he could do it.
Look what he did with Mac Jones his rookie year. I mean,
he did.
Do you think Drake May is better than Mac Jones going into year 2?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, I think he could do a lot of great things with Drake May. I think he would help him out tremendously. But as we said, Vrabel did have his press conference, and I took some clips out. I got probably like 3 or 4 for you, so I'm going to play them, and then we're going to discuss.
We're going to earn the right to be here every day. We're going to remove entitlement from our football team. We're going to get everything that we've earned from the head coach to the position coaches, all the way down to the players. And we're going to earn the right to be here every single day.
Bobby, the $1 million question. Who is that directed to?
All those cunty wide receivers, your Kayshon Booties, your Kendrick Bournes, the entire receiver room, pretty much is what I believe.
I would even go with the secondary room. I think the secondary, other than Christian Gonzalez, I mean, all those guys, Duggar, fuck. I mean, the linebacking core, Tavai.
Yep.
Your offensive line, name any one of them. I mean, they all
a lot of them. They were all entitled douchebags last year with their fucking comments. Godshaw, you said it. Tavai, like
I think it's pretty much the whole team except for Drake May, maybe Stevenson, maybe Hunter Henry.
Yeah, Gibson. He seems like he was a stand-up guy. A couple of the linemen, your Andrews, your Bentleys, the captains that were hurt. Yeah. Other than those guys, everybody else.
But doesn't that sound way better than when Mayo came in and say, you know what, everyone, we're going to collaborate. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You know, I'm going to take everyone's input. Nope. You're all your entitlement. It's fucking gone. We're starting over from square one. And guess what? Nobody's better than anyone, and you're going to earn your shit. Like that made me feel pretty good.
Yeah. Jerod Mayo's press conference was more about a celebration that Bill Belichick was gone. That's what that was. It was this big happy thing where Bill is gone, the big baddie's gone. It was all his fault. And it was this sort of a celebration. That press conference was about going back to work. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you guys had fun for a year, right? Okay, yeah, fun's over.
Yeah. No more about this fun football. If you don't like to work hard, get down and dirty, like, see you later. We'll send you somewhere else. But that's who I want. That's what I want. Men in here that are going to come in every day, work their ass off, and just work and grind and get wins.
Yeah, there'll be, I don't know what the term is, surprise cuts. There'll be surprise moves. There'll be guys gone from this team last year that we won't expect. Or you wouldn't think because they were key contributors.
No. I think we're all going to see the writing on the wall once they start getting let go and be like, I get it. I get it. This guy thought he was better than everyone else. He thought he was entitled. See you later. It's not going to work.
There'll be trades where they trade a guy for a seventh, or and it gets
something stupid like that. Yeah, where you just get a bag of balls back and whatever.
Exactly.
Here's another clip for you.
Excited to get to work. Excited to meet the people in this building that have made this place special. Find out what they need. Find out how I can help them. How I can help them do their job better, how we can enhance the stuff that we do well, and then find out what the areas of focus are and get to work. I want to galvanize our football team. I want to galvanize this building. I want to galvanize our fans. And the most important thing are the players. There's some of them right here. I want to provide a program that provides their ownership, but also their accountability of each other. And one that they'll be proud to be a part of.
Thoughts?
Yeah, he actually had a plan of how he wants to run the team. Jerod Mayo never talked about that.
No, he didn't. He just talked about Thunder. Oh, him and Thunder were buddies. Like,
he talked about nothing the whole time. It was full of corporate nonsense, which we called out. Toot toot. But he actually talked about how he wanted to go about his business.
No, the press conference with Mayo last year was all about pretty much, Bill Belichick did this for 20 years and that things are going to change. I want to bring a positive attitude, blah, blah. And Vrabel's like, that shit don't work. We're all going to work hard. We're all going to come together. I'm going to galvanize this whole fucking region back to where we need to be, the promised land where we're going to win games and we got to play in January and shit like that. So, yeah, I liked it.
Loved it.
You guys are going to ask me questions about culture, which I'll be happy to talk about and discuss. You can find out what your culture looks like when your family, your business, or your team is at its low point. It's not when you're winning Super Bowls, or it's not when you're 7-1 or 10-1, because then everybody's waving towels and everybody's happy and they're excited to come to work. But when you get hit in the mouth or you're down or the chips are against you, then you can take a snapshot of what your company or your team looks like, and then you'll find out what kind of culture you have.
Our culture right now, shit. The dump.
Exactly.
Dumpster fire. I mean, you're building up now. And like you said, he remembers what that stadium used to look like when January football came around and how that place was electric. Now, the last home games of the season, that place was empty. It was dead. Yep. So he knows the culture needs to be changed. He knows what needs to happen. I'm pretty excited for the 2025 season there, Bobby. I don't know about you.
I'm excited as well.
It's a 40-plus minute introduction press conference with Vrabel. Talks about having a plan, adjusting the culture, have his players buy in. Night and day from what we saw from Mayo, like I said earlier. This makes you ecstatic right now. The big question comes now with, will Kraft spend? Can they hit a home run in the draft? And can Elliot Wolfe and Ryan Crowan, he worked with Mike Vrabel in Tennessee, work together to bring this all together? Like, the bundle, like everything's going to come together. Can this all happen? Year one.
So it really depends on what their plan is. If they're going to go for a whole lot of roster turnover, they got to bring in a whole lot of people. So it depends on what's their approach. Are they just going to look to add a few high-end pieces? Are they going to blow everything out and then just bring in new guys? What's their goal next year? Are they just going to try and win as many games as they possibly can? So they're going to try and add players to do that? Or are they going to go for the slow build with, bringing in young guys and build it up? It depends on what their goals are. Their schedule's really, really soft next year. There's games to be had. And I'm sure Kraft is itching for some victories. So I think that they're going to try and walk a line between blowing out as many of the guys that they can, bringing in young guys that they think they can compete. And I'm sure that they're going to try and add a piece or two, like a high-end one.
I agree. I don't think it's going to. You're not going to build Rome in a day. Obviously not.
No,
you're not going to go to the Super. You're not going to go. You're not going to be a Super Bowl contender. Yes, the schedule's easy. Yes, there's a new guy in town where he's going to have a better philosophy than that Jerod Mayo did last year. I think you're going to see Kraft spend money regardless because obviously he said he hates losing.
Absolutely.
There's been a movement of people just saying like Kraft's cheap. He doesn't spend money. I think a lot of things are coming off the books next year. Obviously, you have the top cap space in the NFL next year. I think this is a playoff team. I think if you look at the big picture, this should be a wild card team next year. We're not going to win the AFC East. That's the Buffalo Bills.
Wild card's a stretch. I think if they can get, I think 8 games is realistic, but
you don't think they can be the 7th best team in the AFC?
I would be surprised.
With that cupcake schedule,
I know they do.
Kraft going out there spending money and having Vrabel with Crowan now. I believe that's his name, right? Crowan. Working together. I think he's going to have a great philosophy and a great team to bring into the 2025 season.
Without seeing what they do, that's difficult for me to say that they're going to win that many more games. I mean, trust me, I obviously hope they do. I think it'd be a success if they get to 7, 8. That'd be a huge success. Double your win total. And
of course.
That'd be a success. I mean, trust me, if they get to a wild card team, I'd be thrilled. I would need to see a few moves before I can say that. I'm confident in saying that they'll be better. They'll win at least 6 games next year. I think winning 6 games would still be a disappointment, though.
Yeah, Phil Parrish said it best, though. I think it was last night on NBC Sports Boston. Basically, you got to hit your top needs like right away in free agency. Obviously, the draft's in late April. You got to start hitting those fucking needs right away. You should see a left tackle getting a boatload of money here in New England day one. Whoever that is, whatever big acquisition that could be for left tackle, that's who it is. Even if you have to make some trades to get that guy, left tackle, number 1. You want to protect Drake May, almost said Mac Jones. Holy shit. Other than that, you got to build that line. I mean, obviously, everyone wants T. Higgins. I would much rather see someone go, you get a left tackle, a right tackle, boom. I think you just set the whole offensive line right there on day 1 if you can get those 2 guys in free agency.
Yeah, no, they need to focus on line play in general. If defensive line, offensive line, they need big, nasty people that can move men on the other side because they didn't have that. They got bullied all year, and that's how you win games in the trenches. You can find guys to run routes, and Drake May can make plays, and just they need to put their money in the lines.
For average fans, like that's not going to be like a sexy pick, but for like diehard Patriots fans, if you see
average fans are
left
idiots.
tackle and right tackle come off the board day 1 with big deals, like young, late 20s, has experience in the NFL. You're not getting these old guys on last leg of their deals or whatever. You're getting these young kids that you can build around for 5-6 years or whatever. Fuck yeah, that would move the needle for Patriots Nation in a heartbeat.
No, it would. No, the average fan is a moron. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they need. They need to listen to people like us to be told what they need.
Sounds like my wife, Bobby. After that, we're going to do a quick break and come back with a Celtics segment titled Boston, We Got a Problem.